Hello, Sunnyside Inn. May I help you?
Yes, I'd like to reserve a room for 2 on the 21st of March.
Okay, let me check our computer here for a moment.
Okay.
The 21st of May, right?
No, March, not May.
Oh, sorry. Let me see here.
Are you all booked that night?
Well, we have one suite available, complete with a kitchenette and sauna bath.
Okay.
And the view of the city is great, too.
How much is that?
It's only $200 plus a 10% room tax.
Oh, that's a little too expensive for me. Do you have a cheaper room available, either on the 20th or the 22nd?
Well, would you like a smoking or non-smoking room?
Non-smoking, please.
Okay. We do have a few rooms available on the 20th. We're full on the 22nd, unless you want a smoking room.
Well, how much is the non-smoking room on the 20th?
$80 plus the 10% room tax.
Okay, that'll be fine.
All right. Could I have your name, please?
Yes, it's Bob Maxner.
How do you spell your last name, Mr. Maxner?
It's M-A-E-X-N-E-R.
Okay, Mr. Maxner. We look forward to seeing you on March 20th.
Okay, goodbye.
Okay. Now, what was the date? Good morning. What was the date that he finally made his reservation for? 20? The 20th? Yeah. At first, he asked for the 20th. She thought he said the 21st, and they, went back and forth. But the final reservation was for the 20th of March. And then I think we got everything else right. So, does that help to hear that? Do you feel that you are better at listening to the language? See, there's one thing is that if you just get used to hearing my voice and the way I speak, you'll learn to speak English with me, but you'll learn to speak English with everyone else. So that's why we want to listen to people whose voice is different, whose accent is a little bit different, whose rate of speaking, speed of speaking is a little bit different. And so we'll practice another one. Well, tomorrow's a prayer day, so we'll be back on Wednesday. We'll do another one on Wednesday real quick. Okay? All right, very good. You are doing really well. I'm proud of you. Now, new knowledge. You know the parts of speech really well. You know what a noun is, you know what a verb is, you know what adjectives are, you know what adverbs are. And we've also spent some time discussing verb tenses, present tense, past tense, and we talked about present perfect and past perfect. We've talked about present perfect continuous. And one of the uses of verbs that we've talked about is to take the verb and use it as a noun. We call that a gerund. Remember? Like running is good exercise. Sleeping is important to your health. So we've taken a verb, turned it into a noun by adding ing. And now what we're going to do is we're going to study how we can take a verb and turn it into an adjective. And we do that the same way we do a gerund. Now, this is just review how we can take a verb like walk. We can take a verb and the past tense of it is walked. We just add ed to it. Now, the participle form of the verb walk is walking. We just add the ing. We use this form if we want to make the verb into a noun. For example, a gerund would be walking is good for your health. Okay, we made the verb into a noun. Now we can also, and we can do that for all of our verbs. For example, this one is an irregular verb. The present tense is run, the past tense is ran, and then the participle form is running. So the gerund of the verb run would be running is good for your health. Relax. You know the verb relax? To like, you know, chill out, lay back. So relax is present tense. Add an ed, that becomes the past tense, relaxed. And then the participle is ing. So if we wanted to use relaxing as a gerund, we could say relaxing is an important part of everyone's day. We all should find some way to relax. Relaxing is a very important part of one's day. Mental health is important, and relaxing helps us to do that. So now, here's another verb, excite. You know what we mean by excite? You know that verb? Okay. So, oh, that should be a D. Yeah, that should have a D. You're on your toes. See? She's on her toes. So we need to put a D on that, okay? And then the participle form is exciting. So we could say, for the participle, if we wanted to use it as an adjective, we could say the movie was exciting. Now, amuse, you know the verb amuse. You know that verb? To amuse means to entertain. So, if I wanted to amuse you, I would tell you a joke. If I wanted to be amused, I would maybe watch a funny movie. So it's to entertain yourself. You can amuse someone by maybe taking them to a movie or to a park, or you can amuse yourself by going to the park or going to a movie. So the past tense is amused, and the participle form is amusing. So that's just review. Every verb has a past tense form, a present tense form, a past tense form, and it will have a participle form. Now we need to know that because participles can be used as adjectives, just like they can be used for gerunds. We turn the verb into a noun. We can turn the verb into a modifier of other nouns, an adjective. Now, we do that by either adding ed or ing. I'll give you some examples. The difference, and this is what I want you to remember. Got water here. The difference is that if we add ing, the participle describes a person or a thing. If we add ed, the participle is describing or modifying a feeling. A feeling. So, if we take the verb to tire, you know, like get sleepy, you know what I mean by tire? So, to use the verb to tire, John's job is very tiring, okay? We've taken the verb to tire, we've added an ing form to it, so this is an adjective modifying John, okay? Now, we could also say, at the end of the day, he is tired. So, in this case, the adjective has an ed in it, so it's modifying John, he, but it's describing how he feels. How he feels. So if we're describing how he feels, the participle will have an ed. If we're describing him or a thing, it would have an ing. So far, so good? Okay? Here are some more examples, but this time adding ed. I was amused by the story he told. So, because that participle has an ed, I'm describing a feeling, the way I feel. I was amused. I was happy from the story. Take the verb to interest. You know, I'm trying to interest you in learning English. You are interested in learning English. So, I am interested in learning Thai. Now, the ed means that's describing how I feel. I'm curious. The verb excite, we add ed to it. I was excited to learn that I was going to visit Thailand. I'm describing how I felt when I learned, okay? So we add ed to the verb to make it a participle to describe a feeling. If we add ing, we're describing a person or a thing. So take the same verb, amuse. Add ing. I thought the story he told was amusing, because amusing is the modifier that's describing a story. Take the verb to interest. Learn